So lately, I've been feeling stuck. Not because I don't know what I want, but because I'm terrified of making the wrong decision. Do I get a job or do I keep building the career of my dreams? One feels safe, but the other feels aligned. And every day, it feels like I am being forced to choose between security and freedom. But recently, I realized that maybe that's not actually the problem. Maybe the real problem is much deeper. So, for the last few months, I've been wrestling with a question that many of us face at some point in our lives. Do I choose what feels secure or do I choose what feels meaningful? Right now, I need a income. Not eventually, not someday, right now. As a single mom, that really carries weight. Real responsibilities, real consequences, and real fears. And because of that, I have found myself constantly going back and forth. One day, I convinced I'm going to build the business, create the career of my dreams, follow the dream. And the next day, I'm updating my resume and convincing myself I should just find a job. Not because it's what I want, but because it feels safer. And honestly, it's exhausting. So a few days ago, I was working on my resume and something very unexpected happened. I started noticing how uncomfortable I felt listing my skills. Not my cleaning experience, not the jobs I have since I was like 15 years old. Those felt safe, those felt acceptable, and those felt worthy. But when I started to think about building a website, creating content, growing a YouTube channel, building businesses, designing programs, coaching, marketing, suddenly I felt myself shrinking. Almost like I was exaggerating, almost like I didn't deserve to claim those things. And then a thought appeared. What if they asked me to do something related to that and I fail? And that's when it hit me. This isn't a career problem, this is a worthiness problem. Most of us think that we are making decisions consciously. But the truth is that many of our choices are being influenced by beliefs we aren't even aware we have. This is what people mean when they talk about subconscious programming. Your subconscious mind is basically a collection of stories, beliefs, experiences, and emotional memories that have been repeated so many times that they feel true, whether they are or not. Those beliefs become the lens through which we see ourselves. And because they are subconscious, we don't question them. We simply live them. The interesting thing is that most of these beliefs were consciously chosen. They were absorbed from our parents, our teachers, our culture, our environment, our experiences. The things we were praised for, the things we were criticized for, the things we witnessed as we grew up. And over time, those experiences become identity statements. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not worthy. People like me don't make money. I need to struggle to survive. And eventually, we stop hearing them as beliefs, we hear them as facts. A blockage is when your subconscious desires and your subconscious beliefs are in conflict. Consciously, I want to build a successful career. I want financial freedom. I want impact. I want fulfillment. But subconsciously, a part of me still believes I am only worthy of small things. And if those two beliefs are fighting each other, guess which one is usually the one that wins? Yep, the subconscious one. I feel very grateful that I have realized that our fears often reveal our programming. So instead of asking, what do I want? I should try asking, what am I afraid will happen if I got what I wanted? That question will change everything. For me, the answer sounded like, what if I fail? What if I'm not actually good enough? What if people realize I don't know what I'm doing? And those fears reveal the beliefs underneath them. So now that I am aware of it, I can start work on changing it, because awareness is the first step for change. You can change a program if you don't know that it's running. So this is my plan. First of all, identifying the limiting belief. Second, question whether it's actually true. Third, I will find evidence that contradicts it. Fourth, I will create a new belief. And fifth, practice it consistently. To do this, I will be using some tools like journaling, EFT tapping, visualizations, affirmations, and very important, awareness through the day. And most importantly, taking action before I even fully believe it. Because confidence doesn't come first, evidence does. The biggest realization I've had lately is that maybe my next level isn't waiting for me to become more qualified. Maybe it's waiting for me to finally believe I'm worthy of what I've already built. And maybe that's true for you too. Because sometimes the thing standing between us and the life we want isn't a lack of opportunity. It's an old story we've been carrying on for far too long.